In this video, I will tell you, is F5 TTS a good free 11 Labs alternative, difference between the two, who will find most use in this AI tool, how to install it easy using Docker desktop, and show you my cloning results with commentary. So you're looking for a free alternative to 11 Labs voice cloning. While many AI voice options exist, all cost money. If they're free, they have limited credits per month, or they usually require local installation. That can be complicated, right? Running it locally also means paying for electricity. But is it cheaper?
Yes!
Companies like 11 Labs charge for convenience, while F5 TTS lets you clone voices for free. If you're willing to set it up, that is. Well, you're in luck. This F5 TTS installation might be the easiest out there using Docker desktop. Now, if you don't know what Docker is, here is an explanation for people who aren't into this behind-the-scenes stuff. Imagine you want to cook a specific dish, but instead of gathering all the ingredients and tools separately, you got a pre-packed cooking kit that includes everything you need. All you have to do is open the box and start cooking. Well, that's what Docker does, but for software. F5 TTS is an open source, free text-to-speech tool that can clone voices. It requires local installation and runs on your CPU and GPU. While not perfect, it does have an API option available, supports voice cloning from extremely short samples, and produces surprisingly good results. With the good input quality, the outputs can be usable. Even 11 Labs outputs need some editing. And F5 TTS is no different. It actually requires even more editing. But if you're on a budget, this might be a solid option for you. Before we dig into the installation, here are some voice cloning results I got from cloning with F5 TTS. I tested out different stuff. Cloning my voice recorded with a budget microphone. Apparently, you can clone your voice with only seconds of the original voice. Good evening. In Riverton, the community has come together to restore the town's historic park, bringing new life to the area. Local volunteers, businesses, and schools have joined forces to plant trees, fix pathways, and create art installations. The project is already boosting local pride and attracting visitors. With a grand reopening scheduled for next month, this effort shows the power of unity and growing a community. Cloning my voice recorded with the semi-professional level equipment. Companies like 11 Labs charge for convenience, while F5 TTS lets you clone AI voices for free, if you're willing to set it up, that is. Good evening. In Riverton, the community has come together to restore the town's historic park, bringing new life to the area. Local volunteers, businesses, and schools have joined forces to plant trees, fix pathways, and create art installations. The project is already boosting local pride and attracting visitors. With a grand reopening scheduled for next month, this effort shows the power of unity and growing a community. Cloning a random AI voice.
Hey, my name is Bob and I speak excellent English. The story is nice. I like it very much. But if we dive a bit deeper, you will see the story lacks emotion. This is why we can't post it.
I love storytelling. When I'm telling a story, I'm having a blast. Deep in the jungle, a small hut merges. And behind that hut there was a wooden box. And in that wooden box there was an old watch.
While this option is technically free, it can be time-consuming, and the quality is sometimes questionable. The potential is there, and it seems to be a step in the right direction for voice cloning and audio generation overall. But it still lacks refinement. You'll need to adjust the settings, try different voice samples, and do some post-editing on the generated sound. That said, if you can improve the quality of your original sample, you could have it running overnight or while you're not using the PC. It's quite CPU and GPU intensive, so installing it directly on your system might speed up the process, but the biggest bottleneck is still your PC. We simply can't compete with the computing power that 11 Labs has. And since their computing power costs money, there is no truly free alternative in that regard. With all this in mind, we can safely say this tool is intended for hobbyists, experimenters, developers, and open source enthusiasts, people who are on a budget, all of you who are interested in local AI processing, and people who are just plain curious. It's free, so why not try it? Now, if you're still with me after the results and the commentary, here's what you will need to install F5 TTS on your machine. So first, you need a PC, and it needs to be a decent PC with a good CPU and GPU. Then you need the Docker installed in your system, and also a quality 10 to 14 seconds voice samples for cloning, but you can clone samples as short as 4 seconds as well. Remember, all these models pick up noise from your sample, so a clean recording is key. I'm installing on Windows and have configured it to run using both the CPU and GPU in my machine. Here, these are my PC specs, so you can estimate how fast the cloning process will be for you based on your own configuration. If you don't have a GPU or want to exclude it, there is a simple way of doing it. Now, let's install F5 TTS using Docker. This keeps everything in a contained environment, reducing compatibility issues, and works on any operating system. Download and install Docker from Docker website. Opt in for VSL2 during installation. If not, don't worry. Restart your PC after installation. Open command prompt with admin rights and run. Now we can run F5 TTS in Docker. Now to check if it's running, run docker ps. If it's working, just open it on your browser. Now to exclude the GPU from being used by F5 TTS in the command line, you can simply remove the GPUs equals all option. Now in case you run into errors, I suggest to talk to Chat GPT, Perplexity or any other decent LLM. They will fix this with ease. Just to let you know, I installed it using only Chat GPT. F5 TTS isn't as fast as 11 Labs. It also lacks quality, but that's because you're running it on a local hardware instead of cloud servers, and with the money behind the whole project like 11 Labs has, we can't compare it to an open source project like F5 TTS. F5 TTS isn't as fast as 11 Labs. It also lacks quality, but it's a good alternative. Well, yes and no. If you're on a budget and want decent voice cloning, this is worth a try. Be patient, tweak your settings and experiment. AI voice cloning is evolving, and with time, free models like this one will only get better. But if you're chasing better quality and faster computing power, 11 Labs still stands as a king on the market. Check out my affiliate 11 Labs link below. Signing up with this link might help our channel grow. Also find all the other useful links and commands for CMD below, and let me know if you managed to install it and what are your cloning results. Like and subscribe. See ya!